Desperados 3 is a real-time strategy stealth game set in the Wild West, and when I mean stealth game, I mean it. You aren't going to be rushing in guns a-blazing. First thing you need to know about this game, that you really don't need to play the first two games to understand what's happening, since this is a prequel to the first game. I never played the first two games, and while they may expect you to know some characters, you can probably make do without it. Well, enough of that, let's talk about the real meat and potatoes of the game, the gameplay. So right off the bat, I felt the controls were a little bit weird, but eventually I got the hang of it. One thing you have to know is that this game promotes reloading saves heavily, and some stealth gamers may not like that. I mean, it reminds you to quick save literally every minute. There are some drawbacks to this, but me personally, I think this makes the game better. It allows you to take risks and experiment with different characters. There really is no one way to get past a certain area, so take your time and discover different ways to get past enemies. This also comes into my next point, which is this game, while not too difficult on normal difficulties, can get pretty hard on the harder difficulties. There were times where I had to seriously just sit and think about my next move and the following moves after that. This game could be interpreted as a puzzle game. Each character you get to play has its own unique abilities and can be used in many different ways, which adds to the sandbox element of the game. It's kind of like a chessboard with many different pieces that are good at doing certain things. Some levels give you different combinations of characters, which makes each level feel unique. There are only 5 characters, but each serve many purposes and can be used very differently. It's crazy how even in a stealth game, you still have so many different playstyles available to you. Although I found the missions where you only play as one character worse than the ones you play as multiple, since there are less play styles, but still fun to play. This game rewards trial and error heavily, but it requires some patience, so if you aren't into that, then this isn't the game for you. The level design is great too. Each level seems very hard at first, but after a good minute of thinking, you will be able to find multiple solutions. Like I said, this game requires patience, and if you're the type of guy that wants instant gratification, then this isn't the game for you. If you're still interested in the Western genre and want a game with instant satisfaction, I recommend Red Dead Redemption 2, or the original Red Dead Redemption 1. There really aren't that many Western games out there, but this is an interesting twist on a genre. For a genre known for gunslinging, you aren't using many guns in this game. Hell, most kills are going to be melee kills. There are ranged stealthy abilities, but that runs the risk of not being able to hide the body in time. But what really is satisfying is the pause ability. The pause ability allows you to stop time and order your character to do specific actions at the same time, such as taking out multiple guards before they can alert the others. It is so satisfying when you pull it off. There are moments in this game which may be frustrating, but once you get that perfect run, it is oh so satisfying. This game also has plenty of replay value, on top of the crazy 16 missions, which each game is quite long, and each mission had multiple challenges to complete, so there is well over 30 hours of gameplay to be had here. And although I have not actually beaten the game, I can say the story is surprisingly well written. It's not the Last of Us level narrative, but it is interesting in a game that really did not need a good narrative. It follows Jack Cooper as he tracks down a man named Frank. Along the way, he meets many old friends and many new friends. Each character has a distinct personality that makes them feel unique and different. Overall, this game is really solid, and there really isn't much else to say. If you like stealth games and you like real-time strategy games, you'll love this game. If you don't, then look somewhere else. If you never played any stealth or real-time strategy games, then I suggest you give this a try. I primarily made this video because 1, this game is really underrated, and 2, it's on Game Pass, so if you have Game Pass, pick it up. This game really was a great game, and I think it just got overshadowed by the other games that came out during 2020. This game came out 3 days before The Last of Us Part 2, and you know how that turned out, and a month before Ghost of Tsushima. It was really just a lot going on, and that's why it flew under a lot of people's radar. It definitely flew under mine, and I'm just glad I got to play this gem of a game. This game is no masterpiece or anything, but it definitely deserves some attention. So anyway, that's about it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and catch you in another video. So long, cowboy.